Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 Postgame Show on Pittsburgh Baseball Now. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Jim Rosati. With us, we have another Pirates L also. So welcome to the show, Pirates L. How we all doing today?
Well, the Pirates L has been a frequent guest as of late, hasn't it?
It's been here a lot more than you have. I'll say that.
Right, exactly. No, today was not a fun game. First inning, started great, and then the Pirates went on to go 1 for their next 25.
That's good, right? It's like golf.
Yeah, it's just like golf. Yeah, just like golf. Yeah.
What a piss poor performance. That's all. I mean, this just everywhere. But as the 2022 Pirates are, I mean, not to the full degree, but like Tyler and I even joked about like how whatever like that one game encompassed the 2022 Pirates. Like the ninth inning, and they start coming back. They score runs, there's hits, when it doesn't matter. But just with the pitching, with the offense, especially the offense, always the offense, the number 5 hole in the offense. We can just go up and down this whole entire roster again, just talk about this game. But let's start with this. I mean, there was some hope, there was some positivity. It was Roansy Day. He's coming back from the minors. The service time manipulation has ended. So again, you got to see Roansy, but was definitely not his best start.
No, it wasn't his worst start either. The stuff was good. The command was a little off. I thought his slider, like he went to that a little bit more throughout the game. It played well, especially against righties. Got a lot of swings and misses on it. Got, better placement on it kind of as the game went on. But I think it was, Jim Stam. If you don't follow him on Twitter and listen to his podcast, he mentioned today, like Roansy Contreras. I've used this comparison before about pizza, right? Like bad pizza. Still, it's
that's
pizza.
wrong.
So, like,
first,
it's
that's
not
wrong.
Even, no.
That's weird, and
wrong.
I didn't like it.
No,
all gyms are terrible.
You're wrong.
No,
like bad
bullshit.
Pizza is still pizza, and it's still pretty good. So Roansy Contreras is like pizza, in that even when he's bad, he's still good. It's
this
a
is
fact.
Farce. Listen, we got better things to discuss in this Pirates game, and it's this terrible take by both gyms. There's absolutely bad pizza, and it was displayed at the Altoona game when they had an Altoona pizza off, whatever you want to talk how it was.
Altoona pizza is not pizza. That's not pizza.
No, it's pizza. It's pizza.
It's like Chicago deep dish pizza. Like it's not pizza.
That's pizza.
It's its own thing. No, it's not.
Bad pizza is bad pizza. Call it what it is. That's like saying bad baseball is still baseball. You watch the Pirates this year?
Bad pizza is bad pizza, but it's still pizza. Therefore, it's really not that bad.
We're moving forward because you're absolutely wrong. But what were we even talking about? Roansy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but he was able to get through 6 innings, kept the team in the ball game. I thought he looked a lot better, like kind of towards the end of his outing, right? I mean, his last 4 innings gave up just 1 run. That second inning, he certainly struggled with the command. He struggled, he got hit pretty hard in that inning. There was some unluckiness in there too with, beating the shifts and such. But no, I thought overall, this wasn't a great outing from Contreras. It was also his first major league start, though, in over a month. So,
true.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a fine first game back from Contreras. I mean, obviously, you want to see him get better as the season ends here, but I thought he was fine.
I mean, I'm a little more pessimistic on that. He was fine part. Like, I get what you're saying. You know, and I'm not gonna out here say like this was terrible and Ronesy stinks, anything like that. Yes, you're right. And put that in perspective. First off, his first major league start and how long, and then this is like, you know, he's been building up 1 inning, 2 innings, 3 innings, right? So come back to the majors, like you give him maybe a little bit of a pass in that sense, and right, like it wasn't all doom and gloom, but it wasn't good. I mean, again, like he just, and that, especially that second inning, like you mentioned, the first inning got outs, looked like it was pretty efficient, pretty quick. Good game from Rowanzy, but then the second inning was like the complete opposite. And also to your point too, there was a lot of unlucky hits involved. I do get it, but he was getting hit pretty hard. He had no command. I mean, just walking people. It wasn't good. It's not what I wanted to see. But this doesn't like discourage me from Rowanzy. I get that.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Like I said, I thought he was fine. He had the one rough inning. Other than that, he looked good. He was able to overcome some command issues and put together a semi-decent outing, which, again, I mean, the command's not always going to be like that. It's going to get better, I think, the more that he pitches. So, yeah, I'm not concerned. I think it was fine for his first start back in a month plus.
I can leave it at that. I can respect that.
All right.
So we got plenty more we could talk about. Where do we want to go after that? Just down. You want to go down the pitching line?
No. Who cares about the rest of the bullpen? Like, I don't care about Dwayne Underwood Jr., Eric Stout, or Johan Ramirez. Don't care.
It was awful.
The 40 seconds that we're going to spend just saying their names is all that we need to do.
Okay. Good enough for me. Especially Stout and Ramirez. I just
especially all
again,
of them.
I just want to say one thing again. Like Underwood did the job, and then of course, as Shelton always does, he had to come back out for a second outing, and he's doing Underwood. Like just keep him for 1 inning, please.
You can't just let your pitcher throw 1 inning of relief, DiNardo. You need to stretch them out, and until they get themselves into trouble, that's when you take them out. You can't just let somebody have a successful inning of relief. Like, I don't know what you're thinking that's a thing that you can even do. No, you pitch your relief pitchers as long as they'll allow you to. That's the strategy.
Makes sense. Understood. So strategy completed. Bullpen was pretty bad. I guess we'll move on to what you wanted to talk about then.
Let's talk about the pathetic lineup, and let's talk about why in the hell is a guy named Kevin Padlo on this baseball team.
Pavlov?
Yeah. What's he doing here?
Well, doing what?
1, what's he doing here? 2, why is he starting 2 out of his 2 games that he's been here? 3, why is he batting 5th while he's here? And 4, why didn't we pinch hit for him in the 9th inning with runners on base in what could have like actually been a big situation to make this a game?
So here's the thing about everything that you just asked, right? They require rational answers, and I can't provide that because I don't know. Because everything about him is everything we've been griping about with Josh Van Meter, and I mean the line of all the players. But we can still talk about Josh Van Meter because Josh Van Meter is still part of this team. And not only do we have Josh Van Meter on the team, but we have this Kevin Pavlov on the team as well. And like you mentioned, he was deemed, I mean, before he even had his first start, he was told he's going to have a second start. How? What has he proven that he was guaranteed 2 starts right off the bat getting called up by Shelton? So I'm with you there. I don't understand, for 1, what he's done to earn this. For 2, why he's batting 5th. No idea. But I guess to his credit, the lineup's pathetic. So like it doesn't really matter. In the instance of this, okay, if it wasn't him, is it Castro? Is it Allen? Is it Madris? Is it
like
is it
literally
Delay?
any of them? Any of them.
But what I'm getting at is Castro could make sense, though it's a righty and he doesn't really crush righties. But I mean, it's not as if like I'm not fighting for Greg Allen to be fifth. I'm not fighting for Madris to be fifth. I'm not fighting for Delay to be fifth.
It was a lefty.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm thinking the switch at the end. I'm thinking about the pinch hit at the end. Yeah, you're right. It was a lefty. Okay, so there's your one answer. Castro should have been batting fifth, but again, for the what little bit of credit, which he has 0 of, right? But what little bit of credit for Pablo is there's not really anything else afterwards that you're fighting to bat fifth. The lineup's terrible, but again, he hasn't earned it. I would rather have Delay batting fifth.
Do you know what Padlo's weighted runs created plus is currently after today's game? Just guess. Don't look it up. Just take a wild guess.
Did I lose you?
Did you?
I think I'm just not hearing you. Yeah.
Okay. Guess what Padlo's weighted runs created plus is. Can you not hear me?
Now I do. I get it now. What's going on?
I don't know.
Just continue talking.
What's Padlo's weighted runs created plus? Guess. Without looking. You're not hearing me, are you? Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
I literally just want to say one thing, Jim. I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. I have no idea what's going on right now. This is the craziest thing in the world.
Okay, well, you can't hear me.
I'll be back.
But it's -1. You can't hear this. You don't know what I'm saying at all. But you know what? The communication probably that we're having is better than Kevin Padlo being in the number 5 spot. Now DiNardo's gone, so I don't know what happened to him. But no, like I don't know why this guy's on the team. I don't know why he's getting starts. I don't know why he's batting 5th. I don't know why he's batting in that 9th inning situation. Like, that would have been a perfect situation to bring in O'Neal Cruz to pinch hit off of a righty. Heck, I mean, I thought they were going to bring in Van Meter, honestly. Like, that would have been better than Kevin Padlo. Can you hear me?
So I'm assuming I understand your entire conversation based on the last sentence, and I'm with you. I have no idea why he wasn't pinch hit for. You said even Van Meter. I mean, even Van Meter has been a more productive player so far. And even and if you want to even compare like minor league numbers, because that's really all you have on Padlo, like he's at least better in the minor leagues. Like it's again not saying much, but I have more faith in Josh Van Meter. That's where we're at than Padlo. But you had O'Neal Cruz on the bench. Like, why? That's the one guy. Like, one swing can change the game. And I understand he's playing pathetic right now. He honestly is. But you know who else is? The guy that you chose to hit. Like, he provides 0 absolute chance. Give me the 2% chance. And the guy who actually hit the ball over the fence.
No, I need this guy DFA tomorrow. Like, I don't want him on this team anymore. I don't want him on the team anymore. I don't want Greg Allen on the team anymore. I don't want Bly Madris on the team anymore. I don't want Josh Van Meter on the team anymore. Like, it's not like they don't have other people that they could call up either. Like, Diego Castillo is in AAA. Call him up. I want to see him more than I want to see Kevin Padlo and Josh Van Meter. Travis Swaggerty is in AAA. I want to see him more than Greg Allen. Jack Sawinski, I want to see him more than Bly Madris. Like, these guys aren't it. None of them are. And they just keep getting playing time. Like, just stop it. I don't want to see him anymore.
There's nothing I can argue with. None of these players. The one thing about Bly Madris, and I think I might have said this to Tyler afterwards, or maybe it's during the show, but just to reiterate it, like the one thing about Madris, and I know you agree with this, you know, like none of us really think he's going to amount to much of anything other than probably organizational depth. But it was giving him what he earned. Like, he played well in AAA. And when you have guys like Yoshi and Josh Van Meter and this cluster of nothingness, this hodgepodge of nothingness, right? Like, he earned the right to get the call, but he's doing what I think a lot of us expected, and he's not performing. So I'm with you. Like, I'm ready to move on from him. Josh Van Meter, absolutely. Like, you're absolutely correct. Like, they shouldn't be here. They're not major leaguers. They don't belong on a major league club. That's why Josh Van Meter was cut from a major league club. That's why Seattle was ready to move on and go to his third team with Padlo. Like, these aren't major leaguers. And I'm not here touting that the Pirates have this elite farm system that's in AAA, pounding on the door, ready to come up. But my biggest point is you have a major offseason coming with a lot of guys that you need to make a lot of decisions on. So why are you bottlenecking everything with Josh Van Meter when you can be evaluating this talent? When you can get, I mean, I understand Castro has been in the majors, Sawinski has been, but like Castro just now finally getting back up here. It's like why is Swagger not getting a fair chance? He was on, like, he's cooled off a bit. He's still performing. He's not as hot as he was like a month ago, but he's still performing. Like, when are you going to get these guys up here and get a true taste? And that's the thing about Sawinski with Swaggerty too. Like, his call up was pathetic.
He had 9 plate appearances.
He had that week and he sat.
Travis Swaggerty, who's an ex-first round draft pick in this organization, like, has pedigree, somebody that you're invested into. They gave him 9 plate appearances. Yet they're giving Kevin, whatever his name is, Padlo, has 9 plate appearances, 8 plate appearances or whatever. And already he's Kevin Padlo. He's not Travis Swaggerty. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. That's what's so frustrating. And, you know, I know you spent some time last night. I did as well, a little bit today even. I mean, just talk about the actually comment, like the comparison between the Pirates and the Royals. It's true. Like, at least the Royals, like, we know they're bad. And that's what I was saying today. Listen, I understand. Like, I didn't have any different expectations. This team would be bad if Castro was playing this entire time and Josh Mayer wasn't. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Like, this team would still be bad. But at least something's being accomplished. At least you're evaluating talent that can be here. It's not just being wasted away by guys that have absolutely zero future of this ball club. Why is Padlo here? Why is Josh Van Meter here? I don't know. Get Swaggerty up here. Get some of these guys up here. And the thing too is, if you want to talk about all the rookies, you can't have a team full of rookies. Like, I get that too. I'm a firm believer in veteran presence. Like, you need some guys that win, and go back to the Royals. What have they done? Like, they traded for Benintendi, came from a winning organization. They got Michael Taylor, winning organization. Carlos Santana, he's a winner. You know what I mean? They locked up Salvi from their own World Series, like, coming over, like their own, you know what I mean? Like, they have a presence around of true veterans. And when you have these rookies coming up, they got people they can learn from and look to. Don't tell me Josh Van Meter can provide that. Like, is O'Neill Cruz learning from Josh Van Meter? So that's the thing too. It's not as if these guys are providing any type of value, not performance, not the intangibles. So it's just a complete black hole. So I understand you can't win with all rookies, but these guys aren't providing anything. So get some actual true evaluation done, because you got about 78 guys on the Rule 5 draft next year. Yeah. So find some things out.
Well, I mean, like you said, you need to find out, like, what you need to. This is the year, if you're going to just tank and suck, you need to find out if these guys who are on the edge, if you need to keep them, or you just push them off the edge of the cliff, right? And let them go. Like, we need to find out if Travis Swaggerty is going to be a future part of this organization. We need to find out if G1 Bay is going to be an option next year. We need to find out if Diego Castillo, we've seen a lot of them. I think we kind of have an idea of who he is, but at the same time, like, let's see more of Diego Castillo because he has at least a chance of being a part of this team's future. Whereas these other guys, they're not. Like, they're just here playing games and being really shitty. So, like, just get off of the team. We have other guys in AAA who we need to figure out who they are. Let them be shitty. Like, if they're shitty, okay, cool. At least we learned something, right? Like, we're not learning anything seeing Kevin Padlow and Greg Allen get at bats every day.
And not only are we not learning anything, and when I say we, I like also represent the Pirates front office when I say that.
Right. Yeah.
Because we might as well be that. But like what I'm also saying too is how about them getting that experience? Like that would be pretty big for Travis Swaggerty now to maybe gain some of that MLB experience to finish off the season, to head into next year when he might probably be a big part of this. Like, why not get that taste now? Why not get all of that out this year, right? When you want to talk about, well, he had 100-some plate appearances that were terrible. Good, that happened now. He got that taste. He can learn now in the offseason, develop, and move forward. And when he makes that true contribution next year, maybe it's not going to be all so terrible. You know, like getting these players some of that experience is what I find to be pretty important also.
Yeah, I mean, right now, because the goal isn't winning games right now. You know, the goal right now is to let's see what we have with these guys. And every day you trot out Josh Van Meter, Kevin Padlow, Greg Allen. I mean, even like Ben Gamel to an extent. Like let's be real, like Ben Gamel at least is deserving of being on this roster. But at the same time, like playing Ben Gamel right now doesn't do the Pirates any good.
I disagree. The only reason I do is he's like the one true veteran that actually is worth a damn.
I get it. And like, I'm fine.
And with Ben Gamel, this offense is even that much more pathetic.
But like from a future talent evaluation standpoint, Gamel's just a guy in the lineup right now that is at least competent, but has no future with this team.
No, I agree with. That's fair. But I do think he has value today and being in that lineup today.
I guess he has a little bit of value in that, you know, it makes it a little less excruciating to watch the Pirates having a somewhat competent major leaguer in their lineup.
I mean, if he's not in there, I mean, I understand I was a lefty. Chavis is there, so he's definitely good in that situation. But Reynolds and Chavis, like, then what? That's it. You know? Again, I don't have no major issues with Ben Gamel. But the rest, absolutely. Kornberg, do either of you all think there is an actual plan to all this? Like they have solid 5-year plans. I don't know. I think that's that's my issue.
I think they have a plan. Excuse me. They're not doing a very good job of articulating what it is. Their plan right now kind of seems to be let's accumulate as much talent as possible.
Hold on. Don't you lie to me. You said the word talent. Let's rethink that. Let's reimagine
prospect
or
talent.
Word choice.
Prospect talent. So okay, let's acquire.
I would allow things
amount of minor league baseball players that we possibly can that are semi-interesting.
There we go.
And hope that our developmental system can allow these guys to become useful Major League Baseball players. I think that's their goal. And then obviously plug in the gaps later with free agents. Like I would imagine like once this team has its core in place, you start plugging holes. They did that in 2013, 14, 15, right? So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to see that do that again. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to do it this time around? And are they going to have a strong enough core in place so that they can just plug and play a few holes I think they have a plan. I don't know if it's going to work just because I don't know how much impact talent they have in this organization.
That's what bothers me. When we first started talking about this new regime and you know, the prospects, the biggest thing we talked about was impact. Like there wasn't that Andrew McCutchen in here, right? There's no superstar. Fast forward a few years later, right? You can say O'Neal Cruz could be that, but it's still potential. Yeah. And it's a risk still involved. I mean, that was even back then. He was a high risk, high reward type of player, right? That's still there. But even after all the trades, all the top draft picks, this farm has gotten very, very deep, much deeper than he even was before. And that's clear as day. Yeah. But it still lacks. And we keep seeing, you know, time and time when the new updates on the prospect lists come out and such, you know, like it still just lacks that true impact, like you're saying. You know, this team had Andrew McCutchen. Then Starling came up. Like, you know, there's Neil Walker. There's a lot of really good pieces. And at this point in time, and again, it's premature right now, all these prospects, but at this point in time, like I'm just not seeing that.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Quinn Priester can be a solid starting pitcher. I mean, I think, but like you need that to happen. Like if it doesn't happen, then you've got a lot of work to do. You know, you hope that Burrows becomes a guy that you can rely on. I think you really got to count on Henry Davis, you know, kind of anchoring your lineup and doing it from a catcher position. And then you really need you need one of the middle infielders to like really hit. And it doesn't have to be all of them. Like one of Cruz, Peguero, and Gonzalez has to be a dude. Like they have to be good. Right. It doesn't matter who it is. Obviously, I think if it's Cruz, then he provides the most.
That would be ideal,
right? He provides the most upside of all of those guys,
right?
But like one of those three middle infielders needs to be good, like legit good, like 4-WAR type of player, right? And then you need your other guys you need Ke'Bryan Hayes. You need him to hit better. Brian Reynolds at this point, I don't think is a part of the team's next competitive ball club. And so
that's the thing that's puzzling. Yeah, I don't know.
And like you've got to ask yourself that question. Are you going to extend Brian Reynolds? If you are, then do it. But if you're not,
he's already been traded.
You might as well already trade him. Which sucks because I don't want to trade him. I want to extend him. But like if that's not what this team's going to do.
But like even with that, my issue is even with extending him, ultimately you want to extend him. But whether you extend him or not, the goal still has to be winning sooner than later. Because great, you extend him. Are you going to wait till he's 30 to start competing? Like you've wasted all of his prime to do it. And if you're going to extend him just to do that, then don't worry about extending him. Trade him. Because what's the point of starting this on a decline? I'm not trying to say this is the route he's going, but I mean, we saw Andrew McCutchen. We saw firsthand the guy he was traded for. Like you saw that. Do you want to start this at Andrew McCutchen's age 30 year? No, that wouldn't be ideal. So again, like that's why it's been so important. And I just feel like we've been talking and hitting so hard on why it's important for this like rebuild not to take 6 years. You can't have this rebuild. You can't make this be the Royals one. You know why the Royals took so long? Because they went all in. They kept everybody. They went for the World Series and they let them walk or age or, you know what I mean? Like they didn't flip them and keep going. Like that was it. They had to start from ground zero. They had nothing. Cherington had players he was able to trade away to get prospects for to start this up. But he kept Reynolds and Hayes came up. You know what I mean? Like, so in doing that, making that decision to keep Reynolds, you got a clock. You can't press go when he's 30. That's counterproductive.
Yeah. No, I mean, even you look at, even Ke'Bryan Hayes, like, how old do you want Ke'Bryan Hayes to be when this team's ready to compete? So, like,
Right.
the more and more you just delay this and push it out, just the less and less Ke'Bryan Hayes and Brian Reynolds are going to have anything to do with this team being successful.
Right. So this is a very good post-game show.
Right. Yeah, we didn't talk about the game much. Well, the game sucked. I mean, the game sucked.
It did.
I mean, literally, the Pirates got one hit between innings 1 and 9.
So let's talk about the one hit that really mattered. So Brian Reynolds was really pissed off about the comments last night. He had some words about it, and then he blasts a home run today. So 2 hits on the day, big home run. We talked last night about this fired up. Like, Brian Reynolds has seemed more feisty in like every game, I feel. So I don't know. Are we seeing like the heel Brian Reynolds come out maybe now? That would be nice. Because like, here's one thing we've talked about with this Pirates as far as like a personality. And again, with Reynolds and Hayes, they're boring. They are. Let's call it for what it is. Like the post game when they have the interviews, this isn't Kutch. That they're boring.
He's boring. Yeah.
So like, I would love to see like this heel turn like Brian Reynolds, where like he's just pissed off at the world now and just chipper.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be great. I don't know if he's ever going to really be that guy. He has had a really good August. So, not including going into today, he had an 890 OPS in August. So I'm sure that's over 900 now. So it's nice to see him having a really good kind of long sustained period of success, because we saw it in June, right? He had his like otherworldly June. July, he cooled off quite a bit. And then August comes around. He's had a pretty good August here. So, yeah, I want to be able to see him finish the year strong, because this year's been a little weird for him. He's been a little up and down, inconsistent. Like, he's still by far been the best hitter, and he's been the best hitter on this team. But it's
most importantly, though, they had a child. That's over with.
Yeah, kid's done. So he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. But as far as like his career path goes, who's Brian Reynolds? Is Brian Reynolds an MVP candidate, Brian Reynolds, like he was last year? Or is Brian Reynolds just like a nice guy that you want to have on your team? I think he's probably like in between that. I think I looked it up the other day. He's the best hitting center fielder in the National League right now, not counting Michael Harris because he's not qualified. But so I think Reynolds can be a very valuable piece to this team and to other teams. But yeah, I'd like to see him finish the season strong. So he's definitely somebody to kind of focus in on for the rest of this year.
Let me ask you this, just real quick. We don't have to go too deep into it. But I do bring it up because you did say he's the best center field hitter, minus Harris, of course. Do you think Brian Reynolds is a center fielder? Talk about who the Brian Reynolds is. I mean, last year he actually was very productive defensively in center field, and I think this year we're finding to be quite the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those deals where like he's capable of playing the position, and I don't think he's like defensive metrics. I don't really like trust 100%. Like, you got to kind of look at a lot of them to figure out, okay, is this right? Is this wrong? And a lot of it, when it comes to defense, is still based off of just like what you see out there, right? Brian Reynolds hasn't looked as good in center field this year as he has in years past.
You saw it last night.
But like he doesn't look like he's not capable of playing the position, right? Like, it's not like you see Brian Reynolds in center field and you're like, this dude isn't a center fielder. Like, that's not a thought that goes through your mind every day.
That's fair.
So I think he's capable of doing it in a perfect world. Yeah, he's probably not a center fielder. You probably have somebody out there who is faster and has a better arm, right? But I think he's perfectly capable of playing the position.
Okay. Just wanted your input on that. All right. So yeah, Brian Reynolds had a good game. He had that home run. And folks, that's your offense. No. Basically, again, the end of the game, we did see a bit of a comeback. Michael Chavis had a big hit. They did score a run, and Padlo came up and
one thing, one just observation I made, during today's game. Castro, I thought, played a really good second base. He had a lot of opportunities, a lot of balls that were hit pretty hard his way, and he did a really good job on all of them. There was a double play in particular where I think he fielded it, touched second, it was a 4-3 double play. So he looked really good and really comfortable at second base, which is just nice to see because we saw him at shortstop earlier this year, and that wasn't it. He's not a shortstop. But he looked very comfortable playing second base today and made a lot of really good plays.
One thing I want to say about that too, dude's got an arm as well.
He does. He's got a cannon.
Yeah. We salivate over O'Neill Cruz and that throw, right? But the play where Greg Allen threw it into second when Alex Verdugo got that hit, right? And he thought it was going to be a double. And good play by Greg Allen, right? Mm-hmm. But when Castro got it second and threw it to first, I had to wipe the glasses meme. Was that O'Neill Cruz? Because that's what it looked like it to me. Mm-hmm. So again, we're just saying he played a much better second base than you saw him play short. We saw the arm actually a few nights ago at third from him as well on that one play. And it's we're talking about middle, infielders and combination such. And it's the arm that Cruz has, the defense that Hayes has. Hell, if the arm Castro has as well, if that's going to be at second at some point in time, whew,
we're
seeing some plays.
Castro is at least the one guy where he's come up and he's not lighting the world on fire by any means offensively, but he's at least been a below average hitter so far, which is a lot better than all the other Pirates rookies, right?
Right.
And veterans. I want to see Rodolfo Castro in the lineup as much as possible going forward.
Absolutely. And the thing about it too is he's 23 years old. This is where he belongs right now. You don't need to put him in the AAA again or whatever. This is the perfect example we're talking about. He needs to be in the majors. You need to really evaluate him. He came up, he was pretty young. I know he's gotten his cup of coffee. He's been in the majors here and there, but he needs to be here, not Josh Van Meter, not Pablo. He needs to be here, finish out the year, the actual, I don't know how to word it, but part of this team, not just here because there's a spot until someone else comes back or whatever. He's the guy going forward. And he's again, like you're saying, he's earning it. I know he makes some plays that we all kind of shrug and whatever, but then he does the opposite and makes some really nice plays. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued by him. Let him play the rest of the year, and you got your evaluation from him.
Yeah, and the power is a very interesting part of his game. And the defense seems to be good. He also doesn't strike out a lot. He gets on base. He walks not a ton, but he walks more than most of this team's walking right now. His on base percentage is right around 300, which is tops on the Pirates right now. It's how bad we are. So I think I want to see more of him. He's right around. Let's see, he's at it's 180 at bats for his career with 6 home runs. No, 7 home runs.
5 on all the first 5 hits. By the way,
right. So,
but
I mean, I
and
don't
the
know
part
about
that just goes to show like what he's capable of. Like this is the stuff, the story of Rodolfo Castro. I mean, his first 5 hits were all home runs. Like he has capabilities, he has tools. So let's let him just have the field. This is yours. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, we talk about one of Cruz, Peguero, and Gonzalez needs to like be a guy. You could throw Castro into that mix too, between the 4 of them. Like, I don't think Castro is going to be like a dude, right? But like Castro, what if Castro's your Neil Walker, to Cruz being your McCutchen, right? Like I don't know if that's possible, but like I think
what if
Castro
it was more of like a Jay Hay?
That too.
That's kind of look at it. Like Jay Hay, because I can find like not that Castro has the versatility of Jay Hay, but he's kind of like he's not your second baseman, but he's like your guy that second, he'll play short here and there, third.
See, my thing though is like I think Castro can be a second baseman. Like I think he can be an everyday second baseman.
Okay.
Like I mean that's his ceiling, right? Like I think that's like
sure
he has to hit that, but like I wouldn't bet money on it. But I think he's capable of becoming a second baseman, and I think he's capable of becoming like a decent second baseman. Again, he's still real young. He's got power. He's got all the tools that you want to see, like in a young guy. It's just a matter of putting it together and getting at bats down the stretch here is going to show us, is this a guy or not?
Right. Agree. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done. I think we're done.
Yeah. 42 minutes. Look at us. After every terrible game, we can just talk.
But like, I don't want to see Madris, Allen, Van Meter, or Padlo anymore. Like, get these guys off of this team. Like, they are serving zero purpose right now.
Agree. Totally agree. No rebuttal, Jim. So I guess with that, we'll end on that. We'll get out of here. So once again, everyone, thank you for watching. We will be back tomorrow. As always, I wait until like now to look at the pitching matchup again. So yeah, Brubaker is going to get the start.
He hasn't been good lately.
Has not. And I just lost it again. I hit the back button.
Brubaker versus Eovaldi.
So there you have it. So we'll see you again tomorrow. 7 to 5 start again. We'll see you tomorrow about the same time. That's another thing. These games have been going by pretty quickly. So if there's any positive to the terrible games, they're quick. We're out. So hopefully tomorrow's quick as well. But we'll see you then. So I thank you for watching. Have a good night. And bye-bye.
See you guys.